going to go over supplements that you may think you can take if you're vegan or vegetarian, but you actually can't because of the animal products that are inside of it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually in my nutrition store that I work at. I'm going to go over supplements that you may think you can take if you're vegan or vegetarian, but you actually can't because of the animal products that are inside of it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with iron as our first supplement. Alright, so when looking for irons, there's two different types of irons you can go for. So there's heme iron and then there's non-heme irons. So if you are vegan or vegetarian, you want to go for a non-heme iron. Whereas this one says right on the front, hemoplex, so this is derived from an animal. If you don't want to supplement, you can also get your iron from nuts, grains, seeds, and dark leafy greens. And I forgot to mention earlier that spirulina is a really good substitute for iron if you are vegan or vegetarian, but be careful if you're pregnant because with anything in the sea, there can be toxins associated with it, so just watch out for that. Alright, and next we have vitamin D. So this is a common one I see a lot. Everyone loves vitamin D. It's good for you, especially if you live in Canada. We don't get a lot of sun, so it's really important to kind of balance your moods and just help you be healthy overall. So there are two different types of vitamin D. So you have your vitamin D3 and you have vitamin D2. A lot of them are advertised as like organic vitamin D, but it's D2, D3. If you are vegan or vegetarian, you want to go for D2. D3, this one comes from a lamb's wool, so it's called lanolin. That sounds gross, but the best way to get vitamin D is actually sitting in the sun. It synthesizes in your skin and your body makes vitamin D. So getting it from the wool is the best source because they're getting the sun, it's synthesizing in their wool, and then it's derived in this pill over here. But if you are vegan or vegetarian, you obviously can't take that. So you could take D2, which is usually derived from plants or mushrooms because mushroom skin, same thing, they synthesize the sunlight. So you can get it from D2 if you are vegan or vegetarian. If you don't want to supplement, you can also get it from cheese and eggs if you are vegetarian. If you are vegan, you can get it more from your beans and dark leafy greens. Alright, the next supplement is magnesium. So these are really good for like relaxation, that kind of thing. And a lot of them are vegetarian, vegan friendly, but you just have to be careful and read the back of the label. The biglycinate and the glycinate just kind of refer to how small the structure is and how bioavailable it is, how best it absorbs in your body. So we're not going to pay attention to that, but the back you have to read. If it says magnesium stearate, that refers to like almost like a lubricant coating on the pill just to help with digesting it, and that usually comes from a fatty acid of an animal. So that is under the non-medicinal ingredient, so that might be in other things that aren't even magnesium, but you want to look out for that. But if it doesn't say that, then magnesiums are completely fine and they're really good for relaxation. And some good food sources that you can get magnesium from are like dark leafy greens, beans, and seeds. But again, just kind of having like a natural, alive, good diet, a whole food diet, you should be hitting all of your micronutrients. Alright, and next moving to our most popular section is the kind of hair, skin, nail section. But collagen, which is a really popular and a big seller in this section, is derived from an animal, but a lot of that will say it right on the package. So you can see right here, sourced from grass-fed cows. So a lot of them are bovine sources. And like I said, it's good for your skin, hair, nails, rebuilding tissue, and just kind of giving you a youthful appearance. If you are vegan or vegetarian, you can get it from dark leafy greens or like berries. And bamboo silica is a good substitute. It is similar to collagen and it is derived from bamboo. Alright, the next area is our immune section, and really popular in this section is our bee products. So things like our super honey or our bee pollen, but these are obviously a vegan gray area, so if you don't take bee products, you can do other things to kind of support your immune system that are vegan and vegetarian friendly. Things like garlic, horseradish. I even take the herb echinacea, which is really good if you are starting to feel a sickness coming on, and those are all vegan and vegetarian friendly. But what is really great about the bee products is that they're full of antioxidants. Another thing you can do is beet powder, which is really great for antioxidants as well. And then some food sources would be things that kind of have like a colorful skin, like bell peppers, or really citrusy foods, fruits, because it's helpful and high in vitamin C. Or things like garlic, onion, because that'll kind of kill off your infection right away. Alright, and now we're in the biggest, probably second most popular section after beauty, which is proteins. This section can be really overwhelming because there's lots to choose from. You have whey, you have vegan, you have all-in-ones. With all that selection though, at least there is a pretty big vegan, vegetarian friendly section. You cannot do whey protein powders because they are derived from milk. But we also have vegan protein powders, which instead of being derived from milk, are derived from like things like pea proteins, hemp, rice powders. So if they're not as high in protein, but they are vegan, vegetarian. But I would probably suggest going for pea. That one's like the most popular. Apparently it can be broken down easier. I would also probably suggest doing something fermented or something sprouted. That just means that it's kind of already broken down so that it's easier to digest for you, because some people may have problems breaking down rice proteins and that kind of thing. So if it's sprouted or fermented, it'll be easier for you to digest. And then you have your all-in-ones, which are usually vegan, vegetarian, but you just have to double check the labels because they're all different. I actually like these if you need like your land veggies, your sea veggies, your protein, like everything kind of in one. But you definitely want to double check if the protein is derived from a whey or it's a vegan source. All-in-ones are really popular and they're good to get all your micros in and your protein. Obviously from food sources, you can get the typical chicken, meat, eggs, cheese, that kind of thing for your protein sources. But if you are vegan or vegetarian, you can get it from beans, lentils, chickpeas, nuts, whole grains, seeds, that kind of thing. The next section is kind of the joint section. So it's closely related to like our sports section. People who like to work out a lot or are a little bit older definitely come to this section. So glucosamine and chondroitin. This is really good for kind of like maintaining cartilage, help with deteriorating cartilage, help with any joint pain. But it is derived from shellfish and bovine sources. Another thing you could do is like curcumin and turmeric. Those are really popular. Those help a little bit more with inflammation, but it can still be helpful. So you have your curcumins, your turmeric. Curcumin is actually derived from turmeric. So I would suggest just getting turmeric so you get all of the benefits, all of the properties, and try looking for them with a black pepper because that helps with absorption. Alright, next we have all the fish oils. So this is my favorite section because it helps me a lot with like acne and things like that. And it's really good for inflammation again, really good for stabilizing your moods, and really good for like cognitive focus, awareness, that kind of thing. But it is obviously fish oil, so it is derived from a fish. But there are vegan and vegetarian options that you can do instead of taking the fish oil, and you can eat things like avocados, seeds, that kind of thing to get your healthy fats, but this just has higher concentrations of it. So things like evening primrose, borage oil, and these are all natural and good for the same thing, just lower doses, but still vegan or vegetarian friendly. Alright, so next is the digestion section, which is obviously really, really important. But a lot of the things are kind of derived from animals in this section. So if you feel nauseous or have a hard time digesting fats, then bile is really important for you, or if you've had your gallbladder removed. Bile is stored in the gallbladder and produced by the liver. A lot of the biles will be derived from an ox, so therefore it is not vegan, vegetarian friendly. You can also do like lemon water in the morning, that kind of helps stimulate your liver, but yeah, it's kind of hard to find a bile substitute. Next, you have your HCLs, which actually are vegan, vegetarian friendly. I just wanted to touch on it because you can also just get apple cider vinegar and maybe take like a shot before each of your meals, diluted with water, and that'll help kind of build up your HCl as well, so you don't have to go out and buy an expensive product. And HCl just helps you break down your food, which is stomach acid in your stomach, helps you break down your food and actually make the nutrients available to you. So if you're not breaking down your food, you're not absorbing. So it's not about what you eat, it's about what you absorb. Also in this section is enzymes, so I can't really find a consensus on this. I don't know if they're derived from animals or not. So if you want to be on the safe side, you can get things like papain or bromelain. Papain or bromelain. And this is basically derived from a papaya and a pineapple. So you can even go out and get those fruits and eat them before you have a meal, and that'll help you break down your meal. So digestive enzymes that say papain or bromelain are vegan, vegetarian friendly, so you may want to look for those and not just a all-around digestive enzyme, because I'm not sure how vegan, vegetarian friendly they are. Next, and another one of my favorites is the probiotics. There are a couple supplements that are completely vegan, vegetarian friendly, things like Nova, and we have another one called Pure. Those ones are completely fine, but in general, a lot of probiotics will have like a lactose base because that's what the probiotics feed off of. They need some sort of sugar or like starch to live off of. So usually it is derived from milk. It's very, 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 very little in the capsule, but if you are vegan or vegetarian friendly, then you should look out for that. Probiotics are just really good for like your gut health and just kind of keeping your bad bacteria, good bacteria equal, keeping your gut flora healthy. Other things that you can do, I really love kimchi or like sauerkraut, any fermented foods, kefir, never know how to say it, type of yogurt that is fermented, and that just helps with your gut bacteria as well. Alright, and lastly, if you decide to make your own tablets at home, we have gelatin caps you can make them in, or cellulose caps you can make them in. This one I feel like is a bit more known, but still, I'm going to state it, that gelatin is usually made from hooves from animals, and it kind of gives like a gel-like consistency. It's used in some desserts, things like Jello. You definitely want to be careful of that. If you are making your own supplements, it is bovine sourced. If you are vegan or vegetarian friendly, you can use cellulose derived from a plant and just doesn't have that kind of same gel type substance, but it is vegan, vegetarian friendly. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you if you are vegan or vegetarian, so you know what supplements to look for, food sources, and good substitutes. Let me know if you want me to do a part 2, if you want me to do more videos like this, and what products kind of surprised you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again and for being a part of my channel, and I will see you on my next video.